chopping some wood. And you would think that because there's 4 of us, this thing would go 4 times as more efficiently. Oh, is that wrong? If one of us dies, we have to restart the entire thing and do it all over again, which is quite the amount of trust you have to put into some people. But that's the sort of risk that we took. In the beginning, it wasn't too bad. It didn't take that long until we managed to get ourselves some stone tools. That's what's up. Next up was food. That was pretty obvious. I didn't want to run into an issue and not have food because that's one of the only ways you can recover hearts. So we jumped into the ocean not too long after and started chopping up some fish. 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, chop, chop, chop. After that, we decided to explore the jungle a bit. We wanted a nice and cozy place to build a house, or a base of operations at the very least. We did in fact get a bit separated, but it was fine. We were in groups of 2, and honestly, I wasn't too worried about them. This is where things got a little interesting. While me and Monkey were looking for a nice place to settle, we ended up finding the first ravine of this series. We looked around for a bit, and so far so good. But upon trying to actually make a little bit of a staircase down to the bottom of the ravine, I then get shot by a skeleton. So I fall back because my health is super low, and I needed to cook up some of the fish that we collected. Yeah, you heard that right. Your boy's a chef. It didn't take long till I found Monkey's staircase, so I slowly went down there. Instead of giving me the food that he was cooking up, man gave me rotten flesh. Like, bruh, who asked you for handouts? Okay, maybe I did, alright? That's not important. It also didn't take long to realize he wasn't actually cooking food. He was cooking iron. The rotten flesh actually brought us to a decent amount of health. There was a creeper right on the other side of the ravine of us. It was just staring at us, staring into our souls. I decided to bridge to it a little. I wanted to knock it down into the bottom of the ravine so we don't have to deal with it. But what ended up happening is Monkey decided to attack it for some reason. It blows up and blasts my heart until I have half a heart remaining. It wasn't a nice feeling, especially knowing that I could have been the reason that the series ended so freaking soon. We're on the first day. After collecting the resources, we then decided to head back up and meet up with the others. We wanted them to come to us because, you know, where we were at was where we were gonna build. Days 2 to 5. Me and Monkey decided to collect some resources from above ground, while Harry finally met up with us and started smelting something. Hi, Harry.
Harry, I need for your. Can I borrow a furnace? I need food. I'm 1.5.
Here, I can make you one. I'm not actually sure what he was smelting at all, but knowing Harry, it was probably something lame. But on the bright side, the boys were looking pretty dripped out. We were looking like we were ready for some, I guess, casual war. I also took the time out to collect some bamboo. I didn't know why I needed it. I kind of wanted to make scaffolding. I don't know, it could come in handy. Came back to the middle to find out what Harry was actually cooking, and he was cooking up some gold in order to make some gold pants. I don't know why he was gloating about it, but he was.
Alright, I'm making myself some golden pants just so I can flex on all you.
So let's just let Harry do his thing. Despite all 3 of us wanting to progress further, we were just kind of collecting resources as we waited for Bite, because Bite was somehow hundreds of blocks away from us, maybe even thousands. We gave him the coordinates to where we are, and we just kind of waited for him there. We got a little bit impatient, so instead of waiting for him there, we decided to meet him halfway. Somehow, instead of ending up at the jungle, he ended up on the other side of the map. Like, he didn't even go in the direction of the jungle. He went the opposite way. I felt like I was walking for ages, but eventually I found a spruce biome. He said that that's the biome he was in, but at last I managed to find him. I then took him back all the way into the jungle and met up with everyone else. Starting from now, we were going to move as a unit so that we don't waste any more time trying to find each other. But then one of us noticed something that was out of the ordinary. Somehow in the time that Bite was lost for, he actually did end up going into a jungle, but he just forgot exactly where it was. So we tried backtracing because he said he found a temple. We agreed beforehand if we find anything like that, we'd explore it together. It's more fun that way anyways. He said he somewhat knew the general course, so we decided to just straight up follow him. Days 6 to 10. And we found it. We found the jungle temple. We decided to raid it, obviously. What else will we do with it? Live in it? We took the chests. We took the traps. We took the arrows. That's it. The temple was now barren. We took everything valuable from it. Our plan initially was just a dip. There was no reason of being there anymore. But unluckily for us, by the time we found it and started exploring it, it was already nighttime. So we had to kind of wait out the night there. Listen, okay, there might be 4 of us and we might have iron armor and stuff, but we have 0 coordination, okay? So if we went out there together, it would probably be a hindrance to ourselves. So your boy decided to be a home decorator, and bam, these were the results. We got 5-star rooms in the basement, we got some 5-star tables, chairs, and cuisine. What more can you ask for? Oh, and Bite finally admitted what he was doing that took him so long. He was getting a parrot. SMH, greedy, didn't even give me one. But just as we left the temple, a creeper exploded on Monkey. It's daytime. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Hey, okay, we can actually.
Whoa, Monkey.
Don't worry about that. Run. I'm worried about that.
He wasn't dead, but he was really low on hearts. Then shortly after, we realized we were surrounded by creepers, so we honestly just booked it. Everybody was getting parrots, and I kind of felt left out, so I wanted to get a parrot of my own, and that's what they helped me get. Oh, by the way, a big mistake that they decided to do was leave me on navigational duty. But you know, I'm a little confident, so I was like, yeah, I'll get y'all back home. Come on, let's go. But little did they know, I was lost as hell. But on the bright side, on the way over to wherever the heck I was headed, we found a shipwreck. Besides the valuables that was obviously there, I wanted to find where the treasure led, because we found ourselves a lovely treasure map. And you know, a sign of adventure? Let's go. We were lost anyways. What was there to lose? Nothing. That's exactly why we went. It was a little distant, but it didn't take us that long. We started digging up some of the sand around the place and eventually found the treasure chest. I really wanted to find some diamonds in there, but lo and behold, it was just a leather tunic, some iron, a couple fish, a little bit of gold, prismarines, and a heart of the sea. Nothing too special. And so we continued our adventure until we finally found a place to stay. Days 11 to 20. This base of ours was a little tricky to pick because I found a perfect island, but since we're in the jungle, we kind of wanted to make a tree house. So luckily for us, the island had a bunch of trees. What a relief, right? No more aimlessly walking around. Psych, I gotta find a village. It was dark out by the time we found it, so we decided to make ourselves a little bit of a shack. You know, that shack actually lasted the entire series. It's funny because it looks like an outhouse, and all 4 of us were staying in it. During the sunset, we noticed that Bite was building something, and he was building a grave for one of the parrots of his that had passed away. This is a very sad moment, but Harry needed some wood, so he decided to take the wood from the grave. It's funny because he was the one who killed the bird, and now he's killing the grave. What a menace to society. Are y'all seeing this? Like, you guys see what I mean? Us being together is more of a detriment than something that could help us be more efficient with things. We placed some of the furnaces down, we placed the chest down, we had pistons for some reason. I don't even remember why the pistons were there, but we had them. Days 21 to 25. Got some more resources from the surrounding area. Me and Monkey decided to explore a bit of the mainland as well, and eventually found ourselves a little bit of a ruined portal. The chest didn't have much in it, and we couldn't activate the portal, but it was a really cool thing to find. I gotta say though, the jungle and the nighttime together, tag teaming against us, no bueno. Luckily for us, we were by the shoreline, so we just decided to head back. We did the same process for a bit. We weren't gonna chill out there when it was nighttime, and we were only really gonna go there when it's daytime. The other 2 on the meantime started collecting some wood. It took them a while, but they got to work on the treehouse. Days 26 to 35. We ended up back at the starter shack. Oh, what a cramped place it was. Phantoms were also an issue, and we needed to get ourselves some wood to make some beds. We didn't want to deal with the phantoms anymore. Literally going outside during the nighttime would guarantee us death. Death by birds. Like, nobody's trying to die to no birds. A little farm was on the process near the water, but alongside that, we also planted some bamboo on Bite's dead bird. Like, think about it, right? There's a dead carcass down there. That could be fertilizer.
Bamboo on it.
No, I gave them a flower. That's the only flower I have.
It's gonna grow.
Yeah. No. Like, living animals, when they go back into the ground, they make good fertilizer.
It'll be like our beacon of where we live.
And our fertilizer.
Yeah, that bird's body. Holy moly, that'd be great.
Yeah, man. The organic compound. Whew.
Adrian.
Hmm?
I told you this thing was gonna grow.
Ooh. See?
I
Look at this
wanna
fertilizer. Oh my gosh. We're flourishing right now.
That's my parrot you're talking about.
Yeah.
It was good, okay? That, and also there wasn't actually a carcass down there. It was just the dead bird's feather. But, you know, that's besides the point. We also had phenomenal amounts of bamboo. What I decided would be a good idea is if I went to the mainland and started planting the bamboo all over the place. That's exactly what I did. Oh, and I built a sandcastle. I'm not sure why. It was cool. While me and Monkey were kind of messing around, Harry and Bite were the 2 builders of the group. They decided to start working on 1, resource collecting, and 2, creating the actual treehouse. Well, I definitely wasn't gonna build it, and I don't think Monkey was gonna build it either. Bite showed us around a little bit. It wasn't completely done, there still needed to be a lot of work done to it, but so far it was looking pretty good. Oh, and I almost forgot, look at the view from here. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. Me and Monkey felt a little useless because at that time they were the only ones building and we didn't really have much experience with building. So we decided to head back to the ruined portal. We wanted to see if there were any pieces of lava and if we could possibly create the portal with it. We were kind of already certain that it was impossible, but it didn't hurt to double check. We kind of have a problem, guys. Well, that hope was short-lived, but we still wanted to find ourselves a village and get out of this biome a bit. So me and Monkey decided to explore. In the midst of that, my parrot died. Now I know how Bite felt. And at last, we finally found something of good use. No, it wasn't a village, but it was something equally as important. Some could even say that it was more important than the village itself. Yo, wait, I swear these sheeps are rare. Like this one in specific.
Wait, was it pink sheep? I swear there's something with them. I don't know.
I think. I mean, wait, what's the rarest sheep? Wasn't it brown and pink, right? Those 2.
Pink,
I-
wherever.
Pink? Okay.
Wait, we found a pink ship.
Wait,
Oh,
should we
that's-
capture it? We could boat it.
Yeah, let's
through.
capture it.
A sheep. Yep, we got ourselves a sheep. Monkey was leading it on the boat, and I was creating the platform just so we don't lose the sheep. A bit of a fun fact, this sheep wasn't just any sheep. It was a pink sheep. We got it back to the base, but you wouldn't believe what happened next.
We. No.
Alright, there we
Alright,
go.
there you go.
Look, it looks so happy. It looks so happy.
What?
The parrot!
No!
Oh my gosh, your parrot killed it. We really just did all that for nothing. While me and Monkey were gone exploring, Bite continued working on the house and Harry decided to make us some cookies. He handed us a couple to make ourselves feel a little better about the situation. It sucked, but there was nothing we can do about it. We went right next to Bite's grave and decided to well, hold up. Not Bite's grave, Bite's parrot's grave, and placed the pink sheep's grave right there, right next to it. It will be resting in peace. Days 36 to 40. I didn't want to keep relying on fish. I didn't mind, but if we were going to suffice for all 4 of us, we needed a proper functioning farm. So I decided to extend Harry's 2-road wheat farm to a multi-road wheat farm. Bite kept building the treehouse and Harry decided to go diamond mining. On the meanwhile, me and Monkey decided to stick together. We ended up passing the forest and eventually found ourselves at a dark oak biome. Now, if you guys didn't know anything about these biomes, there's actually a bunch of mobs that spawn underneath it because of how dark it is. And if there's mobs that spawn at night, they kind of linger there. So that's kind of what we were worrying about. Fortunately for us, the biome didn't last long and eventually built up until we found a plains biome. I'm not gonna lie, there were a lot of animals here, which was pretty good. But lo and behold, right when the sun was setting, we managed to find a village. But more importantly, we also found some sheep. We took the hay bales because we definitely needed a lot more food than we already had, so we might as well take some from there. It's free, they're not gonna use it, so we might as well. We prioritized the villages because if we do end up making this a long run series, we'd want to be able to set up our very own trade central at our base. So that's exactly what we were prioritizing. It wasn't like the sheep were gonna get infected, but if we left the villagers, there was a chance that the villagers might have gotten infected. So we decided to take them first with boats. Okay, it actually connects though. It actually connects back to the island, so we should be fine.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it's this way.
Days 41 to 50. We went right across the ocean. Luckily for us, we never actually went past the coastline, so we didn't really have much navigating to do at all. We just took them in our boats and went straight back to the island. We got back to the island and we decided to put them into a hole because we know how well that went with the pink sheep, right? So we decided to do that. We also left Harry in charge of it, which was not the most smartest of ideas that we had, but it was something, right? I looked through the chest of it to see what was new and decided to take the 3 diamonds from in there, make myself a diamond pickaxe, and go back to the ruined portal. I was going to one way or another somehow figure out how to put that thing to good use. But I got attacked. I got attacked by a small zombie. It actually brought me down to a couple hearts, but we didn't let that get to us too much. I also mined up all of the obsidian within the portal itself. That way we have a mobile nether portal, or at least a nether portal we can place wherever we want now. After getting that done, I went back to the treehouse to see the progress. We got a whole new floor. I think we got another one above too, because I saw some ladders, but I wanted to find a nice place to place the nether portal. We found one. We found the room that we were going to put it in.
You ready?
Besides that.
Oh, what if it's gonna? Okay, I don't think it's gonna do anything.
There you go.
We're going in now?
I don't think
Wait.
we shouldn't go in yet. And we lit it up. Did we go into the nether yet? Not really. We didn't want to go in there without getting looting to get the wither skeleton heads. Not to mention, we don't even have sheep because we needed sheep to make beds and beds to mine netherite.
How's it going in there, Harry?
Bad.
Yeah, you leave.
Good luck,
See why I
Harry.
wanted to quit.
Bye, Harry.
Me and Monkey went back for the sheep that we left behind before, but instead of me getting a sheep, I ended up getting a cow. It was the wrong species, so I decided to just murder it in cold blood. After getting the right species, we then decided to bring both of the sheep back home so we can, you know, get more sheep. You guys know the process. We don't need to explain it to you guys, do we? Well, within that process, instead of just getting sheep, we also decided to bring in cows because we wanted a cow farm. But bam! There we go. We have now both a cow farm and a sheep farm. We probably should have separated the two, but we didn't, which was a bit of an issue. We also started breeding them so we can get more and more of them. We needed a whole bunch. Since the treehouse was basically done, I let Bite do most of the work, but eventually came back to see the amount of mess that was created within there. There was just so many animals. Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think we're good in terms of sheep, to be honest with you.
Never.
Yeah. Oh my.
Never.
There's a lot here.
Never enough,
You think
man.
it's down with
Never
the-
enough.
Well,
But that was the goal overall. So that's a dub. We got plenty of wool. Oh, and a creeper blew up. We had to fix up the remains of what was left over. Now we gotta make the island presentable for the wither, you know? And for the thumbnail, I still need that. And there we go. Tip-top condition. And here's a clip of a turtle just vibing on our farm for some reason. Oh, that happens. They're just mating.
Oh, I saved it.
And Harry being on top of a tree somehow. I don't even know how he got up there. Days 51 to 55. This is when things got a little serious. Remember Harry? How he was in charge of the villagers? We left him there for a reason. He was one, in charge of managing them so we could somehow manage to get looting out of them because villagers can trade books. And two, just to keep him alive. Simple tasks, right?
Adrian, the villagers are all zombies and shit.
What?
Ryan, what are you doing? I can't get the water.
They're all undead and things, you know.
Oh, wait.
Okay, I got it.
Why did
I
you
got it,
leave
my
it
water.
open? Nope. Not for Harry. He got them killed. Well, not as much killed as it is infected, but they were still unusable. And now we gotta find a way to cure the zombie villagers. Yeah, thanks a bunch, Harry. Throughout this time, we were collecting the resources we actually needed to cure the thing. Not to mention, we also managed to get a bunch of the wool. Because every time they regrew, we decided to share them. Your boy needed wool, and we needed a lot of it because I was trying to end off the series with a full set of netherite gear. So you can see at the end of the video how that went. Days 56 to 75. We decided it's right about time to enter the nether. We needed a couple things from there, and in all honesty, it was about time. We were already at the second half of the challenge, so I don't see why not. We had to play this safe and sound. It's not like one of us could get to safety and the rest of us are at danger. So we honestly had to take this really slowly. That added on to our luck made it you know, a little bit of a tricky situation. But we explored and found ourselves a ruined portal. Fancy enough, near the ruined portal, we also managed to find ourselves a bastion. Now, if you guys don't know why this is such a big deal, there's another challenge that we did where we ended up at a bastion near the first couple of minutes, and let's just say things didn't go as planned in one of these. And that one also consisted of 4 people. So, we were trying our very best not to recreate the moments and the situation we had there. Now, when I tell you this place was even more risky than the last time we came to one of these with 4 people, I meant it. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Respawn, a demon pig!
Oh my god!
We looted the place and actually managed to get quite a few good things, varying from pickaxes, a little bit of ancient debris, and a couple gold blocks. Trust and believe I've seen worse. I have seen way worse loot than that, so I wasn't